My name is Joanne Jackson, born in Zimbabwe. I have four siblings, so there's five of us. Grew up in South Africa and Australia. Probably spent a lot of my formative years in Australia, so that's why I like to say I was made in Zimbabwe, curated in Australia. I don't know. When someone says, they ask about my background, it's like, well, like about me, okay? I mean, I like to sing. I mean, we can all sing, all of my siblings, we can all sing. Um, I actually, it wasn't originally my idea to be a singer. My One of my sisters actually wanted to be a singer, but I think it was just something that she really thought about when she was younger. Then she got older and got over it. But after we moved to Australia, I decided that I needed to go back to South Africa because I didn't like it here. And I decided that if I could become a singer and get a music career going, then I wouldn't have to live in Australia any longer. I could go wherever I wanted. So that's when I started thinking about pursuing a music career. But of course, it didn't happen. I wasn't as, I guess, focused about it until a little bit later on in life. Yeah, I think that's my background, right? I think anybody who's creative or has some sort of talent, and I guess, let me not generalize and say creative. Anybody who has something that they're really good at probably enjoys spending a lot of time doing it. So I guess that's my favorite part. I enjoy spending a lot of time doing something that I enjoy. I enjoy spending a lot of time doing something that I enjoy. Look, took me 3 hours to do this makeup. Let's just keep rolling. My least favorite. My least favorite, I wouldn't say it's a least favorite. I think it goes with everything. Sometimes you just have a lot to do. Sometimes it can feel very overwhelming working with people, trying to get something right. Whenever you try to do anything right and it's not really coming together, I think that's frustrating. So anything that's overwhelming and frustrating, and that can happen a lot, I think, in any industry. So it's not really unique to this line of work. I feel like I'm really at the beginning of my career at the moment, so um, I feel like there'll be probably a lot of big, amazing, memorable moments. But if I had to pick something now, then I would say being able to do Wangu with DJ Terry Moyes and Kaz Khalif, traveling to London for the first time and doing that video shoot with some pretty awesome people. I was in London for 24 hours. It was insane because I have family in London. So I literally flew in, um, got there in the afternoon, hung out with my family a bit, didn't do much because I had an early call the next morning. So went to the hotel, woke up, and had this like really awesome room service breakfast, and then it was just like work, 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 work until later on in the day. And my cousin and her husband met me at the hotel where I showered quickly, I changed, and we literally did the most massive pub crawl in London. Well, for me, with the time that I had, ended up at some party in the city, like in a basement club thing. I don't know. But it got so packed. It was so cool. And I had a flight the next morning at 4 a.m., which I missed. But thankfully, I was able to get on the next flight. I was right there. And then they closed the gate. Like, not the gate, like the check-in. I was right there, like, yeah. But anyway, that wasn't the memorable moment. The memorable moment was shooting the video with Kaz and Chalky Visual and the girls that were dancing for us, which was pretty awesome. So at this point in time, that was pretty awesome. I'm inspired by a lot of people. I think more than it is having my music being inspired, I'm inspired by people's work ethic. People's work ethic and drive within what they want to do, and what they're passionate about makes me feel like I should have the same work ethic and passion when I'm doing what I'm passionate about. It inspires me. So that's probably the most random question I've been asked. I don't know. I would be a rock melon. A rock melon. Well, it's one of my favorite fruits, but I'd probably be a rock melon because I feel like people really underestimate how good and versatile and tasty and delicious a good rock melon is. I'd be a rock melon because I have a lot of amazingness which people can easily underestimate, but hey, once they actually give me a try, it's pretty awesome. I really enjoy festivals. They are vibrant, and I think the thing with festivals is you have such an eclectic group of people because most times um, you have a big lineup of different types of artists. So you have all their fans coming together, which is actually really cool because it brings together a bit of camaraderie around music fans. So they are there to have a good time, and they just in the vibe. It's fun. It's very energetic. People get amongst it, and especially I remember when I performed at the Sound of Africa Festival last year in December. That was very special. I got moved from the Moja stage to the main stage for one of my performances, and I actually decided not to be on the platform because there was a drumming set that this drumming group that had been on before me, so their drums were out, and I was just like, I just feel like if I'm on stage there's this barrier between me and everyone. So I think that's the really cool thing about things like festivals. You can literally switch, and then I went down and performed on the lower platform, which was the same level with everybody else. And it was just so cool because I was able to bring everyone into my performance and dance around, and it was really cool. So I love festivals. Doing intimate settings is pretty cool as well. I hope to do a few acoustic sets coming up on live, of a few things that I've been working on, but stay tuned. So far, a lot of the songs that are out are actually collaborations. So I've worked a lot with DJ Terry Moyes and Kaz Khalif. Sometimes collaboration isn't always just about working with another singer, it's also working with another producer. So in the process of working on my EP, I've worked with a few, not a lot, but a few different producers, and it's obviously been a collaborative effort of them bringing together an instrumental or beat for my lyrics, or my lyrics coming together with their instrumental. I've actually had the privilege of having an instrumental made specifically for me. So there's a few tracks on the EP that were specifically formulated. I asked for something very specific, and going through that process, the back and forth and a little bit of this, I wouldn't say I'm very technical with music, so sometimes I use the wrong terms, and God bless everybody who's worked with me and has been able to figure out what I mean. I have very interesting ways of describing things, but I describe it how I feel it. So trying to take someone's interpretation of their feeling to put into music can be a little bit complex. So they're pretty amazing people because we've executed it perfectly. I love sitting on the floor. I really do. It's a random thing about me, but I do love sitting on the floor. I like to get comfortable in what I'm wearing, get comfortable in how I'm sitting, maybe have a glass of wine, depending on how hectic it was. probably have a shower or a bath, and just silence. Sometimes I just want silence. I 100% think that I could get better as a musician. I don't think that anyone who respects their craft could ever think they can't get any better. You can always get better. You can constantly be inspired. You can constantly improve. You can constantly train. You can do a lot of different things. I don't think I've even begun my journey really as a musician. I'm right at the beginning. There's a lot to better, and I guess that's how I plan on doing it. I plan on constantly inspiring myself, stretching myself, training myself. Performing is not as easy as it seems. Getting up on stage and singing, it's not it's not. It's just not, okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. You need to train, rehearse. You need to get yourself in the zone. You need to get everything to a point where it's second nature, so that your priority isn't doing the moves, singing the songs, remembering the lyrics and the steps. It's engaging and bringing emotion to your performance. So absolutely, I can definitely become better. When I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. I was going to be a pediatric surgeon until I actually job shadowed a surgeon, and I was like, yo, this looks scary. Like, not even that I couldn't do it, but I guess I was just a bit too emotional to be operating on people's children and having those types of conversations and being the strong one. I don't think I could be the strong one in that conversation. I'm sure no one wants a doctor who will be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Probably a digital marketer. And it's funny because I think I'll do that either way. I think I've picked something that really does come part and parcel with my music career. There's a lot of analytics involved. I started off in an actuarial science journey. Then I decided to make it a bit more creative. I've taken the big data and analytical side of actuarial science, taken marketing and put it together, and working on that with music as well. So last question, we did it. So I'm obviously on Instagram. I'm trying to get onto Twitter. I don't know, guys. Like, it's just not really my George. We'll see. Maybe 2020 will be a year of doing a few different things. Definitely on Instagram. That's what I use the most. So you can get in contact with me there. Or send an email if it's something super important for us to get to. Everyone's been asking me for an EP. Let me tell you something. This EP is so important because it is my full body of work. My one that I've done. And I want that to be super authentic to me. And I want it to be the best quality work that I can put out there. I want it to be something that I can be proud of, that everyone can enjoy, and can, stand up to, a few different things that are out there. So I think good things take a bit of time. Throw in a global pandemic and, have a lot of fun. So that's what's next. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really great. I'm really nervous. I'm excited. Nervous. I'm nervous-guided about it, but I think it's going to be brilliant. And, we've been working really hard behind the scenes to put stuff together, and we're experimenting, and we're stretching, and we're training, and we're working on it. So look out for that. Send me a message on Instagram. Comment if you think I haven't seen your message, and I'll get to you. I mean, right now we're all sitting at home. I've got a few things that I'm working on, but most of the time I'm at home, so I've got time. I'm sure you have time too. So let's get to know each other, guys. Send me a message. Anyway, thank you so much.